y'all, it's Kana. With a new month, I felt like it was time to do some easy self-maintenance, so join me today while I do that. The first thing I'm going to do is wax off my little baby PCOS beard. I grow this little patch right in the center and it drives me insane. They're so long and thick. So I'm using this wax kit that I got on Amazon from Keshi, and it also comes with all of these different wax beads. I'm using the lavender facial waxing ones today, but sometimes I'll just grab whatever's there. I'm going to turn my wax machine on to 185 degrees and add in my few beads and then mix that up. I'm not using a lot since I just have this one patch here, and I also dermaplane my face like once every 2 months, so the rest of my face didn't really need anything, but this little patch on my chin grows back literally like every 4 days. I'm going to use this popsicle stick to apply the wax, and I'm just applying it in this ovular shape, and then I'm going to rip that off. I saw some other wax people use their little sticks, like let it dry on there with it and pull it off, but it didn't really work for me. But either way, I got the hair up, and that's what matters. So this is a little clip showing you, but I'll show a better view in a minute. I'm always surprised at how much hair comes out of this one little section. They're just so long. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrow tinting. This is before and after. Before I get into tinting, I am going to shape my eyebrows first. So I'm using this dermaplaning face oil and just a regular eyebrow razor to sharpen up the shape. Obviously, I have very small and sparse eyebrows, so I'm not doing a whole lot here. I'm just getting rid of the few little hairs that grow outside of the shape that I want. And my eyebrows are definitely not twins or sisters. They are distant cousins, so not too much on me. But yeah, I'm going to sharpen that shape up by going on top and below. When I did my tint after this, it actually burned a little bit when I applied it, so I would recommend waiting to shape your eyebrows until after you've done the tint actually. But I'm going to be using this Luxe tint set. I bought it for my eyelashes to like perm them and tint them, but I didn't really like how it worked on my eyelashes, so ever since I got it, I've been using it to tint my eyebrows. But I'm just using the tint and then the oxidant gel, and I'm mixing equal parts of those into this little spoon thing that comes with it, and I'm just going to stir that up. And then to apply the tint to my eyebrows, I'm going to be using a spoolie and an angled brush that I would usually use to fill in my eyebrows. So that's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it as if I was filling in my eyebrows, but because my eyebrows are so short, I'm going to extend them out on both sides so that I can create a tail, and then also on the inner part just so that they come in a little bit closer, because I feel like they're too far apart naturally. I'm also going to be using a Q-tip that's wet with water to just clean up around my eyebrows as I'm applying this so that I don't stain outside of the area that I want to be stained. This tint is in black, so I only leave it on for about 5 minutes before I go in with a wet cotton pad and wipe off the front of my brows, because I always get afraid that I'm going to make them too dark and I don't want to be looking crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe that away and leave the rest of the brows on, and then after another about 6 minutes I'm going to go and wipe off the rest, and then that's pretty much it for the tint. It makes such a huge difference, and it just makes me look like I have a lot more brow hairs than I actually have, so I love this. This is an optional extra step, but I'm going to use this e.l.f. brow lift, and I'm going to brush that through my brows. This is like an eyebrow gel, and it just helps to smooth out the brow hairs, so it gives you kind of that soap brow effect. Now moving on to my supernatural lash extensions. I like to use these Glamnetic lashes. They're just easy, but I do use the Bond and Seal from this B&Q brand that I got from Amazon. The Glamnetic Seal and Bond really irritates my eyes so badly that I can't use it, and I have to take them off within like a day, so I started using this instead. But I love the Glamnetic lashes because they just look really natural, and there's also only 3 for each eye, so it just makes it a lot faster of a process. But I use the Bond first like mascara, and then I just go in with my first cluster. I like to work from the outer eye to my inner eye, and then I just place them right on top of each other. So I place the Bond and then add my lash cluster, and then I just tap it in with the end of my tweezer, and it's super easy. It sticks, and then I just move on to the next one and add it on top. Now that I have all three on, I'm going to go in with the seal side, and I'm going to put this at the root of my lashes, underneath and on top as well. You have to be really careful with the seal, because if you use too much, it will leave these little crusty pieces and it looks like you have eyelash dandruff, which I did have after this, and I had to get it off with water. But yeah, I also like to curl my lashes with a lash curler. You probably shouldn't do this, but I just feel like it helps my lashes blend in better with the lash extensions. So yeah, I do it anyways. But I'm going to continue the other eye. And I didn't show it, but I also used a lash separator on each of these sets, which is basically just like a little tiny eyelash comb to help separate the lashes back out. So that really helped as well. It's like impossible to do these without looking absolutely crazy. Now I'm going to move into doing my hair. I was crossing my fingers because I really didn't have hope that I would be able to actually do this. I wanted to do heart-shaped cornrows, and I would show y'all an inspo picture, but it was so far off from what I wanted it to be that I just don't think I should. And this was me contemplating how I was going to get this done because my hair was so dry and a mess. I'm going to use the Sacred Nourishing Hair Oil and the Pattern Leave-In Conditioner to add some moisture back into my hair. And I'm going to start with a middle part because I knew that I wanted to do only 3 braids on each side so that it would just go by quicker, because again, I already didn't have a lot of faith in myself. But the first thing I had to do was create my first little heart, and even though I only show me trying to do this like a few times, I ended up having to repart this literally like 10 times, and I was sweating trying to do it. It's so hard to see the side of my head, especially because I don't have a lot of neck to be turning to see it. So this was as good as I could get it, and so I went ahead and started going in with edge control to help define the part further. And then this is what it looked like when I was done. I split this heart into 2 pieces, and then I'm going to start braiding this side, so I'm going to split it again with the diagonal part going up. And so I started by braiding this part up and then bringing it down and around. This was really so much harder than I thought it was going to be, and what irritates me is I know if I was doing this on somebody else's hair it would have looked so good, but on myself I just struggle so much with braids. But anyways, this was as good as I could get it. I did end up making that side bigger because I just felt like the braid wasn't working with that smaller section. And yeah, from here I go ahead and make one more part going down, and I'm just going to add that heart into this braid going straight down because I am going to make a bun at the end, and then there's going to be one more braid going straight back. So I'm going to use edge control for that section as well around the perimeter just to smooth it out, and then I'm going to braid that straight back all the way down. Moving to this other side, and sorry this isn't like the best view for y'all, I filmed it in time lapse for whatever reason, but I'm just going to make a smaller heart on this side, but this one isn't going to be cornrowed, it's just going to be like a loose braid that's going to then go into a cornrow that's going straight back. And so then I'm just going to do 2 more cornrows going straight back. Once all the cornrows are done, I'm just going to put those into a little ponytail, and then I'm going to move on to doing my edges. I was hoping that my edges were going to save this, and I felt like they kind of did. So yeah, I'm using the some kind of Kiss edge control. I think it works really well, but I also feel like I used way too much in my hair. For the back of my hair, I'm going to add this Curls Queen clip-in just to make a curly bun, and this was how it all turned out. I think it could definitely look better, but honestly for my first attempt at this, I'm not mad at it. So yeah, now I'm going to move into my nails. I love these nails. I think they're so cute. With February and Valentine's, I just think it was a perfect time to do pink. I'm using these Glamnetic nails in the style Blushing Aura, and in each nail set from Glamnetic you get an alcohol pad, a cuticle pusher, a nail file, and glue. And then I went in and sized out all of my nails, and I didn't have any that fit my index finger, so I went and got them out of the little display box, and I found 2 that fit. So once I had all of those placed where I needed them, I went ahead and pulled out my little nail kit. I got this one from Amazon, and it's really not necessary to have an additional nail kit, but I'm extra, and I really think that the prep makes a difference in how long these last, so I am pulling it out. So I'm going to go ahead and clip all of my nails, and then I'm also using this cuticle pusher and the opposite side of it to scrape the little skin that sits above the cuticle on the base of the nail. Now that I have all of my cuticles fixed up, I'm going to take this Glamnetic nail buffer, and I'm just going to file the top of each of my nails lightly. I don't know if this actually does anything, but in my head it helps the nail stick on better, so I just like to do it. Now I'm going to take the alcohol pads that come with it and just clean off each of the nails to make sure there aren't any oils or residue that are going to keep the nails from sticking. And then I also use a nail drill to file the inside of each of the nails. In my opinion, ever since I started doing this, the nails last so much longer. I used to have my nails pop off after like a day when I use these, but ever since I started doing this, they last for 2 weeks, sometimes longer. And yeah, I put the glue on my nail and on the press on, and then I press them on. That's the easy part. So you just press them down for about a minute each, and then they're done. And then the last thing I do is go in with this cuticle oil. It smells so good. I'm gonna rub that in, and then that's it for my nails. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little easy maintenance day, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.